Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be planting strings of everything. Let's start with the soil for the strings of hearts. 1 part cactus and 1 part perlite. There is another type soil mixes that you can use. This is my favorite one, but I will add the others at the end of the video. Next, go ahead and add some water to your soil and make sure that you mix it thoroughly. You want the soil to be damp so it's not hydrophobic by the time that you are done planting and you water your plant. The plants were in this propagation station for about 2 weeks, maybe 10 feet away from a southern window. You can see all the roots that develop in there. So they're ready to go in the soil because I don't want these roots to become water roots. I use these paper clips from Dollar Tree, and what I do is I cut them and use them to hold down the plant. With a chopstick, you're gonna make a little hole. Make sure that it has good roots. And you're just going to push it in. Hold it in place. Find which way your vine is going. I'm gonna do it this way, right there. And then I'm going to use a paper clip to hold it in place because I want this new area to develop roots. You want these roots in the soil, and you want this node over here facing the soil because another root will pop up from there, and that will keep your plant from being bare. Or back, kind of sideways. And then I'm going to use a paper clip to hold it down so it can develop new roots. And that's it. Now you just gotta wait, and you can see while it was rooting, I got a lot of new growth on the tips. We're going to be planting this string of tears and this string of pearls. I had this delivered 2 days ago from Succulent Bots. They need a lot of water. And for the soil, I'm using the same mix, but I added about 1/4 cup of sand. It wasn't really that much, it was about that much. I know they say that you cannot plant strings of pearls, string of tears in a bigger container, but I found that with this mix, I can get away with it because it dries really fast. You just don't want to soak it, and if you do it in the morning and then take it outside for about an hour in morning sun, like that, 6 to 10 a.m. sun. Just take it out there and let it dry with the sun a little bit, and it'll be okay. I used to be a string of pearls serial killer, but not anymore. Not since I found this soil mix. This peat moss that you see here, I amend it into the soil. So I always rub it off, keep the roots intact. Mix it in with the soil mix I did, so the microbiome stays in there. It'll be okay. And this one I'm gonna put right in the middle over here. Get it covered up real good. This soil dries so quickly. Some people doesn't like to add sand to their soil for the strings, but I find that it's better for me. I don't know, maybe my house is too humid. I keep it around 60 most of the time. We're going to put this root right here under the soil. So we can get another growing point from there. And I'm going to wrap it around because I want the top to be really full. And using the same paper clips as before, I'm gonna find the nodes where I might be able to get a root. Let's see. Maybe right there, who knows? They're very random, but if I see that they look thicker, I go ahead and pin that side. See, this one has a lot of roots right there, so I want to keep that covered. And I'm gonna use another clip and pin it down. I hope that you guys can see this okay, and I'm not covering everything with my other hands. First time I make a tutorial. The more you have these stems laying on the sand, the more chances that you have of developing some roots. Well, that's all done, and since it's morning here, I'm gonna place it outside, maybe for like an hour so it can dry after I give it a good soak. String of pearls. These pots are $1.50, but they come without holes. I will link below what I use to drill the holes. Add some mesh to cover the hole so you don't lose any soil. And using the same soil as the string of tears, you're just going to place your plant. Yes, I made a huge mess. Just shake it and the soil is gonna fall around and just cover the roots. And use the same pins that we used before to hold your plant in place so you can create new roots. And go ahead and wrap your pearls all over the top and pin it down so you have a really full top. I like to do this before I allow my pearls to trail anywhere outside of the pot. That way you will have more growing points and a fuller looking plant. And don't forget to always let the top of your plant get sunlight. Otherwise, you will have a very sparse plant. With these bigger pearls, we're going to be doing something different. They have coconut coir, which likes to stay a little bit too wet. This coconut coir, I'm going to remove all of it, at least as much as I can, because it stays too wet. And then as soon as you water your plant, because it's not in perfect nursery greenhouse growing conditions, the pearls begin to burst and your entire plant is going to die. I promise you. You cannot do the same thing that they were doing at the nursery because you simply aren't there. So I just remove by hand all of the soil as much as I can. And as soon as it looks like this, then there is no more that I can remove without hurting the roots. I run it under the sink. And by doing that, it allows me to remove a whole lot more without damaging the roots. This is how they looked after I ran them under the water for a few minutes. I use lukewarm water just as it comes out of the sink. And then I repeated the process for the second plant. Once they are completely rinsed, I place them on a paper towel and I leave them alone for a few hours to have the roots air dry. After 2 hours, I came back and I was ready to go ahead and plant them, repeat the entire process, place some mesh inside so your soil doesn't run through it. Use the same soil as before to fill your pot. Carefully pick up your pearls and place them over the soil. They are very delicate at this point. Place the roots over the soil exactly where you want them because this is how they are going to stay. Then you're going to go ahead and top them off with some dry soil, not the same as before. You can add perlite if you want to. And when you have all the soil that you want on top of your pearls, you're just gonna pick up your pot and you're going to proceed to slap your pot. Yeah, just beat it up until all the roots are covered with dry soil. It should look just like this. And if you need more soil, add it. If you feel like slapping it again, slap it some more. But basically, that's it. You are done. Rápido. Now we are just repeating the same process with this other pot. Top it off with soil, smack it a little bit to make sure that all the roots are covered. And that's all for today's video. For the string of hearts, you're going to need 1 part cactus and 1 part perlite. Also, it's recommended that you can use a 50% potting mix, 45% cactus soil, and 5% perlite or orchid bark. For the string of pearls or the string of tears, you are going to use 50% cactus mix, 25% perlite, and 25% sharp sand. Have a good day, and if you found this video helpful, leave a like. Bye.